Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katrina Chantel. If you have not already, please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. So I actually wanted to tell you guys about something that happened to me in the salon last night. It's kind of a story of how, like, us hairstylists, we want to please so badly that we put ourselves in bad situations. So last night I had a partial double dimension scheduled for me. And she ended up coming in basically wanting to be still a double dimension, but a full double dimension. She showed me a picture of this like silvery, platinum, really ashy toned balayage. And it had like really, really dark roots. And that's what she wanted to be. When she came in, she was more of like a level 6, level 7-ish, like somewhere between there, color like as her base. And it had this like burnt orange kind of tone to it. And her ends were kind of mostly blonde, and you could tell she had some old highlights throughout because there was a few pieces of highlights throughout. And then she probably had about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of new growth, and her natural color hair, I would probably say, was like a really dark, like level 4, but like really, really ashy. And level 4, for those of you guys who don't know, is kind of like a dark chocolate kind of color. So that's what she came in with, and like I said, she wanted to have this like really nice, like cool toned balayage. So because she had had her hair previously colored and everything, I just wasn't fully expecting her hair to get as ashy and nice as the picture she had showed me. So I did let her know that I can get you as blonde as I can get you, but it's just not going to be like that. It'll probably be more of like a level 8, like level 9, like buttery kinds of blondes. So that's kind of what I told her she would get to, and eventually we could work our way up to the ashy, more platinum, silvery color that she wanted, that she showed me in the pictures. So my plan of action was to go through, do a really heavy balayage, really saturate the ends just to kind of get as much color in there as we could, and then I really diffuse it all the way up to the top just to have those like nice, like, highlighted kind of pieces to kind of give her some dimension and depth throughout her hair as well. So after I was done putting all the color on, I went to go and checked. I probably let it sit for probably about 45 minutes, mainly because of the color. And I do my back and my front separate. So I did the back first, and in the back, as I go, what I do is like I kind of go section by section. So I take like the first section down here and I put the color on, kind of diffuse it down, and then I go right back up and then do the balayage. And then I go the next section, and then the last section, and then I kind of do all of the front. And kind of like that, just because I figure when you put the color with the bleach as soon as possible, the bleach kind of has an easier time breaking through than when the hair colors kind of sat there for a little bit and is now in it, so now the bleach has to break through a little bit more. So, but when I ended up checking her color after the 45 minutes was up, like the bleach just didn't, like, it didn't look like it lifted as much. And when I tell you that mess was saturated, that mess was mad saturated. And I used 30 volume. So it was extremely saturated, but I guess, I don't know what happened. Maybe the color was just a little too dark, a little too red, but it lifted probably like to maybe a level 8, but like still more of a level 7 because it still had this like orangey tone to it. But any of the color that was at the top, like, it was just orange. It was mostly just orange. And that was throughout the whole thing. But on Sundays, which is when I did her hair, I happened to only work 3 hours. And at the very beginning of the service, once I saw what she wanted, I really should have told her that I don't have enough time today to do exactly what you want. I should have done either one or the other service, which I really would have chosen for her to just do the root retouch, and I would have done that day and rescheduled her for the balayage another day. But my eager to please behind put myself in bad situations. Didn't tell her that. I basically was just like, fuck it. I'm going to try to make this work. Maybe she can be the exception. Obviously, she was not. I needed a lot more time. I needed to kind of go back through and kind of paint on again, but I didn't have time for that. But literally by the time that I checked the back, mind you, it was like 5:30. So I had 30 minutes to finish what I was doing in the front, and I still had the rest of the other side to do. So I checked it. I kind of put some a little bit more bleach where I could, and then put the foils back on. Finished doing what I was doing in the front, and then after I was done with that, I think I cleaned off all my tools just to kind of have a little bit more time to figure out how to process it a little bit more. And I checked them again, and they just were not lifting. By this time, it was 6 o'clock. So, well, it was like 5:45. By this time, it was like 5:45. So after after that, I was just like, okay, well, we need to wash this back out because like I wasn't feeling the bleach being on her hair that long. So after I rinsed the back out, it actually looked pretty good. It was a little warm, but I knew that I could get most of it toned out. After I was done rinsing the back out, I clipped it up, put her under the dryer just to kind of get some heat to get that front going. So I probably had her sit maybe like 10 minutes under the dryer. I probably checked her like every 5 minutes or so. And then after a while, I was just like, you know what, it's getting late. I can't stay here tonight. So I just kind of decided I'm just going to take these foils out and we're going to do what we can with what we got and see what happens. So after I toned her out the first time, it was still really, really brassy in a lot of places. And right then and there, I just knew it wasn't what she wanted. And she was trying to make it, she was a really nice girl, don't get me wrong. And she was trying to be like, oh, okay, well, maybe if you tone it some more, da, 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 da. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, if I tone it, it'll take the brassiness out, but you're not gonna see anything up at the top like you want to see it. So we toned it again, and I got all the brassiness out of her hair. And it was just such a big disappointment. It looked more like an ombre than it did what she wanted. And I just made a mistake. I really should have just let her know the truth. Let her know that I don't have time to do this today. Like, I'm not gonna get you to where you want to be today in a timely manner. Like, I'm just not. I'm gonna be rushing through it. It's gonna be a bad experience, and you're gonna walk out of here disappointed. I feel like a lot of times as hairstylists, we do put ourselves in really bad situations, and it's really just because we want to please y'all guests so bad. We want to give you what you want. We want you to be beautiful. We want you to be everything you ever dreamed of. We want you to feel like Beyonce in a music video. Like, we just do. And we'll do anything. We'll backbend, we'll backflip, we'll jump off a roof. We don't give a fuck. We'll do whatever we gotta do to please you. And I feel like as hairstylists, we have to remember that we're not fucking super women. We can't please everybody. And, well, we can please everybody, but we just can't do it in 3 hours. Yeah. Learned my lesson. But, bright side, she did end up rescheduling with me to get the rest of her, to get her balayage redone. I did offer it for free just because I just felt like I put myself in a bind, knowing good and damn well that I couldn't do her hair in that small amount of time. So I'm just going to chalk it up, take one for the team. It's cool. I do it all the time. I do it for my guests. She already paid a damn large amount of money. Like, I'm going to give her what she wants. So I'm going to see her again this week. You guys can see the before and afters on my Instagram. Please follow me at Styled by Tree Tree. You can also find me at that same name on Facebook as well. It's really just like a mimic of my Instagram, so really follow me on Instagram. But I guess some people don't have Instagram, so follow me on Facebook too. But yes, if you didn't at the beginning of the video, subscribe to my channel, ding that bell, like this video. And please comment down below for anything you want to hear, any suggestions, just to talk to a bitch. Deuces!